right, let's go.
It's a big win.
Yeah.
For who?
Okay. It is a big win. FCC data privacy. So that now the FCC can enforce data privacy rules. They gave them the ability to enforce data privacy rules.
And they're holding accountable AT&T and Verizon. I think those were the two big names.
Fuck yeah. Yep, AT&T and Verizon selling real-time location data.
$200 million lawsuit that they have to stand up and pay because of privacy violations.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
We're seeing a lot of people, right? Like we're just seeing everything. Everything we do is being shown and proven by everything that we do, right? Like we had this conversation before. I was in a park. I saw a harness. I said, "Where did you get this harness?" From somebody. And 30 minutes later, I got ads for that specific harness on Instagram. Like our data is being farmed out like crazy. So I'm fine with them holding some of these larger companies accountable, because if you hold the larger ones accountable, right, and they have to pay buku dollars, then the smaller companies are going to follow suit, because they're going to be like, I don't want to pay $200 million, even though $200 million is nothing, but a drop in the bucket for them. Yeah, I'm all for it. I don't want to have to go to Duck Dynasty or what is it? There's a Duck
Dynasty
that you can go
on.
DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo.
Oh, DuckDuckGo.
I mean, I think you should shift to that anyway, because Google's AI search is just destroyed at this point. It just screwed everything up. It sucks.
I don't think it's that bad. It's
I think
still
it's
the
horrible.
same Google.
Nah, it's horrible.
I didn't see a change.
The back end is what's changed. The way it provides results. And
the search functionality. I thought you meant the actual communication with the AI.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I didn't realize that the back end search algorithms are changing because of their changes.
Yeah.
I'm not with that shit. So this is interesting. On how the world is taking someone doing this, and like even people who were pro-abortion sort of had a problem with this one. So Jesse Ridgway and his wife Ashley on June 3rd said they made the difficult decision to end Ashley's pregnancy after receiving the fetal Down syndrome diagnosis. Ashley later reposted a statement in her own words. This week, my wife and I made the difficult decision to terminate the pregnancy due to trisomy 21. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it.
Trisomy 21, same thing. You're close enough.
The choice was not made lightly. And then he basically said, when I was first confronted with this news, I was shocked and optimistic. Jesse wrote, if they are a little slow intellectually, then we'll make it work. I signed on to be a parent, come what may, but I just didn't fully understand what Down syndrome entailed.
When did he make that statement?
Shortly after. He went on to list the health risks that were involved. Down syndrome isn't a blessing. It is objectively shitty from a health perspective. I didn't realize just how rough it is for the child, let alone the family. More often than not, they would be fully dependent on others for the rest of their lives. This was way harder than expected. I thought I would be lower, given I hear so many say that they kept or would keep the baby. I believe that's because most terminations happen privately. It feels shameful, and a lot of people are judging us as being a cost. I can go on to more of their quotes, but I thought I knew how we all stood on abortion. So I'm just gonna shut the fuck up and let you boys talk.
So
I mean, I don't know if we differ.
Yeah, I think also the bigger issue is you're combining and compounding abortion into the category of this. Like, abortion is not knowing what the situation is and then getting rid of it. If you're looking at a situation where you know for a fact that the kid's life is going to be compromised, the kid's life is going to be problematic, it is within your rights to make the decision whether or not you keep that baby. Like, you are the one that is responsible to be caring for the baby for the rest of its life, unless you give it up for adoption after it's born. And then that's just a fucked up, shitty thing to do because the kid comes out bad. You're just going to get rid of it. So, yeah, I mean, if you look into it and you find out that it has that situation, it is well within your rights to decide whether or not you want to keep the baby, because you are the one that is going to be raising, supporting, and living through that situation.
Okay, let's pause for a second. What is your stance on abortion?
That, what I just said.
I hear you, but like,
if you don't know, like if you're just going and getting an abortion because you're pregnant and you didn't want to be pregnant, completely different situation from getting an abortion because you found out that there's a severe issue with your baby and it's not going to live a healthy life.
So you're against having an abortion just because you don't know what the baby's going to be, right?
Yeah.
Like,
just because you don't want to have a baby.
I'm going to have an abortion.
Yeah.
Why don't you think that is okay?
Why don't I think that is okay?
Yeah.
Because if you're going to have a baby and you got pregnant.
But what if they don't want to have a baby?
Yeah, what if it was like a one-night stand thing?
They should have taken precautions as to not have a baby. What the fuck are you talking about? That's why there's condoms. That's why there's birth control.
If you're okay with abortion, doesn't matter if Down syndrome or not. You're okay.
I'm not okay with abortion.
You're okay with abortion in the aspect of finding out the baby has ailments.
Yes.
Right? If you're okay with that, then why aren't you okay with someone just aborting a baby?
Because I literally just explained it. One is a conscious decision to not have the child that you bring into this earth have a fucking difficult, hard, painful, horrible life based on the multiple effects that come with it.
I understand
or
that, but
you just decide not to have a baby because you were foolish and you wanted to get your rocks off, and then you end up getting pregnant, and then you're like, I don't want to keep the baby, let me get rid of it.
Yeah, but like,
very big differences.
In that situation, right? Like, so in both of these situations, you have a family who find out that they have Down syndrome baby, so they're going to abort it. Boom, you're okay with that. Then you have another situation where the cat is neither alive or dead, right? Because we don't know what's happening with this baby, that we're just going to abort it before we even understand what this baby is, what's going on. We're just going to abort it. I don't understand the difference between the two.
Yeah, that's
to me.
Okay
There's no difference between the two.
There's a big difference.
You're okay with killing life, right? On one hand, but you're not okay with killing life on the other hand.
The way I look at it is, it's very simple. It's very black and white. It's very clear.
What if
it's very
someone
simple.
gets raped?
All right, we already went over this. That's an extenuating circumstance. If someone gets raped, yeah, they have within their means to abort the baby. If incest, it's within your means to abort the baby. Like, these are very clear, defined things that we've talked about.
So you're okay with rape, and you're okay with finding out the baby has ailments. You're just not okay with
as an effective means of birth control.
Okay.
It's not like you made the decision to have unprotected sex. You end up getting pregnant. You can't just be like, I don't want to raise this baby. I don't want to have a baby. I did that. Like, get rid of the baby. If you find out the baby's going to have a condition, for example, Down syndrome in this scenario, you're the one that's going to be the primary caretaker. You're the one that's going to be raising it. It's well within your rights to be able to decide not to go through with that. Or the situation is they end up having it, and then what do? They just get rid of it, donate it, give it up for adoption?
No, they keep the baby and then they raise the baby.
No, what if you? I mean,
you
here's
raise the whole human. I mean,
you raise the whole human. The bigger piece of it that we're missing. The bigger piece we're missing is like survival of the fittest, right? If we look at natural selection, that baby would not necessarily be what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's not going to, it wouldn't survive otherwise. Like if it wasn't a matter of taking care of it the way it is and all that extra shit, the baby wouldn't survive.
But okay, there are people with Down syndrome
There are plenty of people with Down syndrome
that can live by themselves, right? And take care of themselves. They may not have the best of jobs, right? But like I believe that there are people with Down syndrome that go to work, they can live on their own. They may have like a person that checks on them, but I thought that like there are some levels of Down syndrome that people can be okay. So
there are, but you're taking a gamble then at that point if you're deciding let's roll the dice and see if the baby comes up really really fucked up or just kind of fucked up.
Yo.
God, please forgive me. Clip it. Oh God, I'm sorry.
Dude.
I'm sorry, God. Oh God. That's fucked up.
Dude, that was...
shit.
Oh, you snuck that in there so well, though. It was like, you were like angry, and then you were like, then you hit us with that, and I was like, oh, okay.
I mean,
listen,
asking these questions because I'm not necessarily against what you're saying. I just want to drive the
Can't
conversation.
believe you said that.
It's because like here's the ultimate end of the story. The way it comes down to this. It is your responsibility to be able to handle that. If you do not think you are strong enough,
100%, dude. Like the way, like when I was feeling when my wife was pregnant and my girls were growing up, like even after they were born, like I was just like, that was like one thing I've always said and been consistent at my whole life has been, which I haven't been consistent at much of anything, but like other than my 15-year marriage,
2 thumbs up.
like I know, and it keeps messing the camera up. But like, I don't know if I'd be able to like do that. Like,
it's hard.
I see like
people can talk
parents
shit.
like parents with like,
Special needs.
kids with that need extra help and stuff. Like, I don't know if I could do that my whole life. Like when people tell me about that, I'm like, dang, dude. Like, I'm like, I don't know. What's the word? Like,
You're torn.
no, like I'm so proud of parents who like do go through that. Like proud.
You're
Proud's
in
not
awe?
the right word, but like in awe. Yeah, in awe of them because I'm like,
That's
dude,
incredible that they can do that.
It's incredible. It's incredible, and I don't know if I would be able to do that myself. Like, so like that would be really, really difficult for me. Thank God,
it's
2 beautiful girls, and hopefully everything is okay with them for the rest of their lives. So.
And like the bigger thing is people are reducing it down to something that's like a simple yes or no, binary problem. It's not a binary equation. You're looking at a very complex issue, and like I'm surprised to see that there's a ton of people on Reddit that are actually in agreement with that sentiment. Even people that have special needs kids are saying, it's the hardest thing they ever had or will have to do, and if a couple doesn't think that they can handle it, they 100% agree with them doing that. Like,
See,
dude, that's
it's
coming
wild.
from people.
I have
It's
a
wild.
different take on. I think I have a different take on abortion than both of you. To me personally, I'm not making that call. Like,
That's okay.
we had abortion laws like that were in place before, and if people want to get an abortion, people can get an abortion. If people didn't want to have an abortion, don't have an abortion. I look at I understand from a point of view that you're ending a life. Like, you have to look at it from that because that's what you're doing, right? Like, there is a heartbeat at a certain point. That is a life. It can be it could be early pregnancy, and they can keep that baby alive. Now the technology, I think, that we've seen, I think, 25-week babies.
Oh yeah.
At like high
22
levels.
week.
but at high levels of success rate of
Viability.
Yeah, viability. That's the word. So for me, I'm gonna stay on my stance. Like, hey, whatever that family thinks is best for them, should make that decision. That's the way I look at it. Whether I agree with abortion or don't agree with abortion, I don't believe I should have a right to dictate what other people do. That's just my
Okay.
personal take. Because at the end of the day, like, it's sort of the same concept, right? If that family, I'll change my stance on abortion when our adoption policies in this country get completely changed. Because there are families that want to adopt children that don't have the ability to be able to do that. Like, that process, is so much money to be able to do
It is a lot of
that.
money.
Like, you want to do that, and these kids are living in a system, so there has to be a way that adoption is handled better in this country. And when that happens, then maybe I disagree with abortion in totality, outside of rape, incest, and or like if the baby is not going to be able to live a life by themselves, right?
Yeah.
So I also come from a place where if you're not fucking bothering my life, then I really don't give a fuck what. If you aren't endangering anyone else's life, and I know we're talking about killing a baby that's not born, but like still it's sort of death.
Yeah.
If you're not harming another person, like, I don't really give a fuck what you're doing in my life, to be honest with you. You could fucking be a furry. My next door neighbor could be a furry. I don't care.
Yeah, I echo the opinion you have of the whole telling other people what to do with their lives, and the reason why I have an issue with what's going on in this situation is the fact that people are so outspoken against what someone else is deciding to do with their life and their family and their kids or their to-be kids or whatever. Like, no one else should have any say in what someone else does. And like, okay, yeah, the abortion thing it's a more of a principle thing. I'm looking at it from a principle standpoint of, if you're using it as a contraception after the fact, it's a completely different situation than if you're using it because you find something wrong with it. Like, that's why there's condoms. That's why there's birth control. That's why there's these other things. Like, you can avoid it unless you're just being irresponsible and foolish and whatever. Like, okay, condom breaks, fine, different situation. You were at least using something, trying to. But like, if you're just going and like, I know some girls from high school that had like 3 or 4 abortions. Like, come on now.
In
Are
high
you
school.
fucking kidding me? Yeah, we're not going
my
to talk about
God.
it. I'm not saying any names.
Yeah, like, I understand what you're saying. I think then that goes back to
Yeah.
the schools being able to actively have proper sex education conversation, which some people aren't for, because if you're a mom, if like in my instance, I'm an active dad in my daughter's life, I want to be able to discuss these factors with my daughter, and then the school can back that up, but I don't know when a good time to talk about that is, and the school is just going to pick the time for that to happen.
Yeah.
But then I know the argument is not all homes have a mom or a dad that is going to be active in that role, and then you have a child that isn't being able to be taught this in school. So the only other factor then would be giving some of this power back to doctors and allowing doctors to have the conversation with the children. But then again, that means the kids need to go to the doctor, and if the kid doesn't have a parent to take him to the doctor, so you have to rely on what we have there, and what we have there is school. So now you have to rely.
The kid
on
might
that
end up coming out. The kid might end up coming out not what it went in as if it goes to the doctor without adult supervision.
Jeez.
Fair.
It's the truth though. Like they're gonna
Fair.
start asking questions. The kids don't know that they're impressionable. They're gonna start asking questions, leading questions, and then it's gonna end up turning into something. Either way, this conversation derailed into like whatever. But very good points. I mean, to your point, I agree. We shouldn't be telling other people how to live their lives or what to do with it. I'm just saying from a principle standpoint and my beliefs on what is okay or not okay. Not saying anybody has to adhere to those. Just my opinion on the matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're all in alignment. Then.
Yeah, I think. We got a little bit of things from Iran.
Yeah, Iran, dude.
Just recently,
couple strikes, right?
Oh, yeah.
On drones, took down a couple drones. And
Iran
what else?
struck at Israel, right?
Yes, because of Lebanon.
And Israel struck at Iran. Like, that was during a ceasefire. Did Israel have to adhere to that?
The ceasefire, I think the ceasefire wasn't completely agreed on because of the fact that they didn't agree to the Lebanon aspect of it. That was something that was in the agreement, and Israel did not agree to the ceasefire, including Lebanon. So as a result, Iran said, no, we're not agreeing to the ceasefire because Lebanon is a key component of it in order for us to agree to it.
Yeah, they just added that, right?
Yeah.
So then they shot back and forth at each other. And this is becoming a little bit of an issue because we thought Iran's military wasn't as strong as it is. But, like, I'm not saying that this can't be an easily resolved thing. I mean, that state, right? The state of Iran is not good. They're at the highest inflation rate possible. I think it's 72%. Like, their whole infrastructure is on the verge of collapse. So it really is going to be a factor if the people of Iran are going to allow the regime to stay the regime and not start striking back internally.
Yeah.
Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, that situation is getting a little weird. Not weird, just rough. And then Trump said if they don't open up the strait, then there's going to be more fire.
Yep.
And the people of Iran have been told to stay out of tall buildings because they're anticipating a strike. Can you imagine that? Like being in a building and like bombs going off around?
I have a question. Can you imagine being in a school and the school getting bombed and then 45 minutes later when the people come to help find the people that were bombed in that school, then getting bombed right after? That's some fucked up shit, man. Like, that's fucked up.
Where did that happen? Was that in Iran?
No, it was Israel striking.
It was Palestine.
Israel struck Lebanon?
No,
Palestine.
Oh, when they went into Palestine.
It's just all in all, everything is just, it's really fucked up. War is fucked up on both sides. It's, in general, it's just, there's certain things that are not okay. And like, you want to have a strike on something because there's a high value target there, fine. But then you don't strike when the people are coming to help as a result of the strike. Like, that's horrific. Like, there's no other word for that. It doesn't paint a good picture. If you want to say that you're taking the moral high ground and you're saying you're doing this because of these horrible things they're doing, and then you go and do something like that, it doesn't serve your case. Like you no longer have the ability to say, oh, we're fighting a good fight. We're doing this because of these horrible people doing all these atrocious things. And then you go and you do an atrocious thing. Like, I don't know, man. I wish this would all be fucking over. I wish this would all just be done with and everybody would just fucking get over themselves and like cut the fucking shit out.
How are we able to tell other countries what to do, right? When we've done the same exact thing. I mean, we haven't maybe done the bomb
to that
on
level,
a school after like when help is coming, but like we've bombed
so much fucked up shit. We've bombed so much fucked up shit. It's horrible.
So, and then we've also had attacks on our own civilians. So there's that.
Yeah. And we've perpetrated attacks on our own civilians, but we're not going to get into that.
But
I'm not suicidal. I'm of sound mind.
but I don't know. I don't see this ending this year, unfortunately. And the
Which is
longer this
crazy because
drags-
everyone
Yeah.
initially it's like, oh, it's gonna be a quick thing, it's gonna be 60
I
days,
wonder-
40 days, 100 days.
I wonder how long this, how long it would take for Israel to complete their mission in Lebanon.
Why?
Well, I mean, Lebanon's probably bigger than Israel. I think it's a lot bigger than Israel. Maybe like twice the landmass. But Israel, you don't even know what Israel is right now too, because it's like changing. But maybe Benjamin Netanyahu was like, "Oh man, they're getting close. I got to do something." And
Israel is apparently more than twice the size of Lebanon now,
now,
somehow.
okay. But like the army didn't grow much, right? The army is what it was at the beginning, so it's not like it would be like original landmass. But it matters what kind of tactics you employ in the battlefield too, though. But anyway, I was just thinking, like, is Bibi over there thinking, I could just wrap up Lebanon and then it can't be a part of the deal because it's mine. It's like, well,
Maybe.
the Lebanese war is over. It's it's taken. Like, is he gonna do that same kind of play, or I don't know.
Is this being allowed?
Who's there to stop it? What do you mean? Is it being allowed?
I don't know. I'm not well versed enough in what's going on in Lebanon.
There's no like
in
votes
regards
on
to
whether
that.
wars are allowed. or not.
Yeah, I mean there's other countries that could sit there and say, nah, you're not going to do this.
Unfortunately, I don't think America's going to do anything. Not unfortunately. Like, I'm not too deep into this conflict, but I don't think, if you heard what was coming out of Trump's administration earlier, like when Israel first struck Iran, they were all like, the only reason why we struck Iran along with Israel is because they were just going to do it anyway. So Iran was already going to blame us. So we struck at
Yeah.
targets strategically to prevent injuries to ourselves. That's what they said for like 4 days at the beginning of the conflict.
And I think, wasn't there a part of it having to do with like either that happened or there would be some like bigger, worse thing happening, like nukes?
No,
No,
the
I didn't
topic
think
of
that was-
conversation with that is Bibi said if you send nukes our way, we're gonna just send them right back or something along those lines.
Maybe that was a saying. Yeah, I don't remember that one, but I do remember like the 5 days of everybody just saying like, yeah, they were gonna do it anyway. And honestly, right, if you're Iran and Israel is now bombing you, you're gonna be like, yeah, America has something to do with this too, but also I'm gonna pressure their biggest ally into ending this, right? So they're obviously gonna plan like, if Israel shoots us, we're gonna shoot back at Israel, but we're also gonna aim at American targets.
Because you kind of force their hand into the
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah. So America is like, okay, but what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We promise you we have all these deals with you. You can't just back out of deals because something happened. Maybe we don't have good what are they
Foreign
called?
policy.
Exit policies from trade
Who
agreements.
are you talking about the deals with?
What deals? Wait, what?
The deals. Who do we have deals with?
Deals with them.
Oh, like defense deals.
With who?
Israel.
Oh. I mean, some people are saying that's why the military shouldn't be so intertwined and involved with it. Like, shouldn't be so commingled.
Because they could be influenced, is what they say.
Because it's basically leading to control, like you're saying. It's leading to control of our what is it called? Affairs. International affairs. No, what is it? Yeah, international affairs. Our international policy is being dictated by people whose interest isn't necessarily.
Policy.
Yeah, foreign policy. Thank you. Is being dictated by people whose interest isn't necessarily strictly our own interest. Like it's not in American interest for these things to happen. And as a result, it's like we're being pulled into stuff that we shouldn't necessarily be pulled into, and stuff that just shouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
It's like, what happened to like being okay with what you have? And like, what is the idea of pushing and pushing and pushing to take more from other people?
Well, the argument to that is, are we like, we're not kind of the people to be.
I mean,
talking about
like,
this.
I know. I mean,
So,
I'm talking in it. I'm talking in.
I mean, like,
context,
especially
not of
like,
ourselves.
I mean, like we are like good off, well off Americans, where in other parts of the country, not the country, the world, they don't have as much as we have, right? So, like, yeah, we're well off with what we got, but also like, if you kept getting punched in the face, you'd punch back.
Yeah. I
So,
mean,
like,
to
from
that point,
Israel's perspective, right?
it goes both ways, though. I think, right, in that scenario,
Yeah.
which is kind of the
Well, if
troubling
we
thing
look at
because
it
it's like
from
two
the
wrongs
other-
don't make a right.
But like if you look at it from the state of other countries,
Yeah.
like most countries are on population decline.
Mm.
What?
So the only most population.
Yeah, but what are we?
Most
How does
countries,
that? No, I heard you, but
right?
how do you connect
So,
that to?
Well, then the other way that we as a country have grown outside of allowing more births to be done is immigration into this country, right? Like we're growing our country that way too. Other countries aren't receiving that other standpoint. So if you just go and take over another fucking country, well, now your people are now my people, right?
So you think human resources is the reason why?
I mean, I don't think against it. They just want world domination. Why do you want world domination?
You think Israel wants world domination?
I'm not necessarily saying Israel, but there's stances where, for instance, like we know Iran when we went through the deal with them years ago during Obama's presidency. Like they were actively saying that they want to wipe America off the face of the earth. Well, why? Right? And then they're talking about, well, we're just going to take it from the inside. So like they're bringing people over here. Eventually, I think that they would like to see more people be ruled by them, growing their numbers.
I have no comment.
Yeah, I have no comment either. I would more so question.
I haven't really thought about that.
Yeah.
That's an
I
interesting.
see the
thought.
point. The like population. I mean, we've talked about this before. The population decline and collapse in several places, Europe, Asia. It's bad. And we're not going to need population anyway. AI is taking over. Like we're going to have AGI, and then everyone's fucked anyway. Like we're all going to be
This is
replaced.
so true. This is so
Like,
true.
The AI is not going to need us. It's going to build out whatever it needs to build out, and then it's just going to take over and run the shit. We got Sam Altman over here talking about how he wants to turn himself into upload his consciousness into the AI so he can live forever. He's a
Why
fucking
not?
psychopath, and this is
Why
the guy
not?
running the shit.
I would do that.
Do you think
You're a megalomaniac.
our
Anyway.
next form is like AI really takes over everything, and then all like citizens of the earth like resort to like either blue collar work and or the arts?
No, I don't think it's gonna be that nice. I don't think it's gonna be that positive of a twist or expectation where like we're gonna go from being working on stuff to just being creatives and everything. That's too idealistic. Because at that point, I think it's still gonna turn into a control thing. Power control. It's gonna just broaden the gap between those who have and those who have not. and then as a result, you're going to see stronger, like the lower half of the population is going to just be like get further down, and then the top half that has access and resources to that stuff is just going to be elevated. That's why they say right now the wealth gap, I mean, is already, the middle class is basically disappearing, and it's just going to be, it's an upper class and lower class.
Yeah, but the middle class has been disappearing for
That's what I'm saying. But it's still getting smaller, and it's
Yes.
the gap between middle class and upper class is
it's
ever
harder to
expanding.
But all right, well,
And
with
on a
another one,
positive
guys.
note,
I really
some
appreciate you
great
guys.
positive notes we're ending on here. Yeah.
On a positive note, man.
yeah. You guys are gonna die. There's that.
There's some negative news this week.
Did we touch on the SNAP benefits, or we're skipping that for next time?
We can.
Nah.
They're ending, guys.
we're
They're
done.
not. They're gonna take
We're
away your.
done.
Unless you're a citizen, you're done.
They're gonna take your gerbs. Later, guys.
See ya.
We'll catch you on the flip side.
Fuck.
Sheesh. Sorry for taking that one down the toilet.
That's all right.
Jesus.
I'm fucking hungry, dude.
Doing.
Hot and heavy.
Well, I think Magda made
Stop recording.
I got. Well, if it's on the counter, I'm gonna have one.
Stack it up till
I
it
have
can't
to
fold.
go.
I just did 10 in a row. I just did 10 in a row. I just did 10, gotta go.